Assalamu alaikum, my dear brother and sisters. Today, this is our very first podcast on our YouTube channel, and we are going to start our streams on our this channel. And I will start with a basic introduction that we will be going to start a few live streams, the question answer streams, and uh, there will be a couple of discussions, hopefully with non-Muslims. And this is what we are assuming at the moment. The brothers or sister who are in comment section, if they could let us know that my voice is clear, it will be awesome if somebody please let us know that I am audible and I'm clear. So then we can pursue our stream, inshallah. All right. So today we will be talking about Islam, inshallah. Our core fundamental topic of the discussion is Islam. I heartily welcomed my brother Abbas on our live stream, and he is probably fixing up his camera, and sooner he will be with us, inshallah. So, as I said, that we will be discussing about Islam today. Assalamu alaikum, brother Abbas. How are you?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, I can hear you very
Yeah,
properly.
Alhamdulillah, I'm very good. I will start with Bismillah and Salatu Salam on Messenger of Allah, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Maulana Muhammadin wa ala Ali Sayyidina wa Maulana Muhammadin wa sahbihi wa barik wa sallim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Brother Malik is a player to be on podcast, live stream, you name it, whatever platform you ask me to come to. It's really entertaining and Alhamdulillah spiritual to join you on any platform. So here we are again. I think it's our first live
Jazakallah.
stream on TikTok, if I'm not wrong.
Inshallah, we are going live on TikTok within few seconds, and I would like to tell you that we will be having a delay on TikTok because what we are basically doing, we are going to streamline this our StreamYard stream on TikTok, so there will be a delay. I will suggest if you could open YouTube on a separate browser so that you could also hear yourself, and this will give you idea that how we are doing.
Um, that would be really annoying and kind of ununderstandable if I'm listening on both sides. I think that would not be a good idea.
That's right.
But
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, I can ask my wife to check like if the voice and everything is okay, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine. And could you also please test it on TikTok because I have just clicked the go live now button. Are you saying anything? Sorry, I could not hear you, bro.
No, no. So yeah, I can check on TikTok though, but I think on YouTube it won't be possible for me. Yeah, I'm just gonna check. I can see you are live.
Click the go live now button.
Yeah,
Are you saying anything? Sorry, I could not hear you, bro.
I can. No, no. So yeah, it's
So
on TikTok, but there is a lag of like 5 seconds, I think. Um, so yeah, that's the story of TikTok.
yeah, I think it will be a bit harder for the first time because there will be some sort of technical issues.
Hmm.
But I will ask my audience to bear with us because we are still struggling with this StreamYard and TikTok stuff all up together. So
Hmm.
hopefully we'll be all right
So
within.
you can tell them to hop on to StreamYard or YouTube if they want to question us.
That's a
Uh,
good idea. I will just
Yeah.
post our streamer link there, inshallah. So first of all, I will post the joining link on
So
YouTube.
just a second. So the external link on YouTube comments, it's against the community standards. So you don't post any external link on the TikTok because it will get you in trouble.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Happened to
not
me.
aware.
Yeah,
Really?
I try posting my YouTube links on the TikTok,
Mhm.
and they say it's community violation, and they remove the
So this
comments.
this is the problem with TikTok. Like they are, they are bringing up so many new restrictions, and like they are bringing up new kind of restrictions on TikTok, which are never been ever seen on any other social media platform. I mean, they are even more violent on these restrictions as compared to YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram. Like yesterday, I
I,
was.
I would suggest we don't criticize TikTok while being on TikTok because it's you know what I mean.
So true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There
Yeah.
is no freedom of speech in freedom of speech, right?
I
So
always say that freedom of speech is an illusion. It doesn't carry any weight. It's just liberal
utopia.
man's weapon to silence all the critics of liberalism. That's it. There is nothing. There is nothing truth attached to freedom of speech.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So what I'm doing, because there was a logo appearing on TikTok, I'm just going to
Hmm.
remove that
Yeah.
because I
No.
think they will not like that either.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to hide that part. Yep. Hopefully this one looks all right. So, brother and sisters, welcome back to our YouTube channel. And if you are in our comment section, like the stream and share it with your friends. If you think that you have some non-Muslims friend, please share the link with them so that we can speak to them. And now we are on TikTok
Okay.
live.
Can I add something?
Sure,
I see
go
the
ahead.
caption of your TikTok. It says, "If you are interested in Quran recitation, please like and support our work." I think
Hmm.
if you change this to anything relating to what we are doing today, I think that would be nice. Like um,
So,
we are hosting a question and answer session about Islam and comparative systems or something like that. I think that would be beneficial.
what you said, it sounds very well, but the problem with TikTok, as I mentioned a couple of times, I'm still struggling with their options, especially, like they have a platform for the Windows, TikTok
Hmm.
Studio, Live Studio,
Yeah,
and it's really hard to understand that because the options are aligning up all over the place. So, yeah, I'm
yeah.
looking for
We have
that
one
and I will
brother.
make change.
We have one brother, JD, joined on TikTok. So
Welcome, JD.
yeah, hi JD. So
So on TikTok, people are like a ghost. They come and disappear in a second. So
yeah,
yeah,
sure. That's why
it's
we
really
have to
hard.
um yeah we have to put
Welcome
a caption.
everyone.
So put some caption which says anything about Dawa. Yeah, about
Mm,
Islam and Dawa, and I think that would be beneficial.
Sure, 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 absolutely. Okay, one sec. Ready? I'll do this. Okay. Mm, so live call. Yeah, so that's a big problem. No, I don't. I'm not having any option to edit that post. It was in settings when I started doing
Mhm.
TikTok streams. It
Yeah,
was coming up, but I will try to do that again through my phone if I can. Meanwhile, you can continue, my brother. You can just
yeah. Can
invite.
I? can I add the StreamYard link to my Twitter space?
Yeah, sure, my brother. Go ahead. Wherever you can, it will be awesome.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I will just welcome our TikTok viewers. So I'm just about to add like this and this. Okay. Episodes. Right. Okay.
Okay,
So
so that's done.
cool. Awesome. And what else? I'm just looking for the option if I can find. Uh,
Meanwhile, can I ask you a question? Like, do you listen to any podcast and debates on YouTube? I was just
sorry,
like,
come again, bro.
I'm saying, do you watch any podcasts or debates on YouTube?
Yes, I always love to watch debates on YouTube, especially the brother Hashim and Mansoor from Dawa Voice. If
Yeah.
you know them,
What,
yeah.
what about the podcasts?
Podcasts are very rare. No, I don't watch them much.
Hmm. What I found from last couple of years is that individual podcasts um,
Mhm.
and live streams, they are more entertaining and they have more bits of knowledge in them if you continuously listen to them. So let's say if there is a podcast on Islam for like 3.5 hours, I would
Mhm.
definitely prefer that one over any debate, because in debate basically what happens is that both parties they use the debate strategies. Yeah, like um, debate tactics and all those things. Once you decode those, the debates they are less interesting after that. But podcast, it's more of a friendly and genuine conversations between the hosts and the guests. So I started preferring those in the last 2 years. But still, I watch some debates. Yeah. So
Welcome,
recent,
89 Cult. Sorry, I was bro. Keep continue. I was just
yeah. So
welcoming one.
recently, I have started listening to Sheikh Abdul Hakim Marat, if you have
Mhm.
listened to him, and I found that he is the best English speaker in Dawa scene um, on the internet. Like,
Right.
bro, the words and phrases he use, it's uncomparable. You can't compare that one to any other speaker, and the level of knowledge and the books he quote, it's out of this world. Yeah, I'm really turning into a fan of him. Yeah, really, really.
Yeah, I can see you are really already in love with him. So
Yeah,
yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Now, I mean, like, I appreciate the environment within, the podcast. Like, people
Yeah,
give space to each other, they let each other speak. But the problem arises in podcast when, both of the people who are speaking with each other, when they start, agreeing on each and every part. Because podcast must be a source of knowledge. Like, we should learn with discussions, especially on the points where people don't agree on something.
yeah,
But what, yeah, I have observed that most of the time when these kind of podcasts are going through, like people start agreeing with each other, so it makes them bored. What do you think about it?
yeah. Um, so I don't really like it when it turns into a echo chamber. You are referring to echo chamber. Echo chamber is like when only one person is speaking, and essentially, if two people are speaking and they're saying the same thing, It's like one person is speaking. But the most important point to note in this one is like if a person like Sheikh Abdul Hakim Murad is in the podcast, he is definitely gonna have more knowledge than the host. Yeah, yeah. So there's not much to disagree with him for host. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. Like let's say if I host Sahil Adim, or let's say I host Hamza Zorsis. Yeah, I can't really disagree with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I get you. Totally
Yeah.
agree.
I would try to get more and more knowledge from that one and to make it memorable. And in that sense, in that regard, I think podcast is more of a enriching experience. Yeah, but everyone has his own preferences. We have some viewers, and they coming and going like in
Ghost.
our language they say shopping bag in the storm. Yeah, yeah, they're coming and going like that. Anyway, so the purpose of
Welcome, Emily. Yeah, the people
so
are, I think there are two people right now. One is MZ
yeah,
Tuksogiv or Teminence. Some of the names are really hard to pronounce. I'm so
okay.
sorry if I
So
pronounce them wrong.
yeah, so it's Team Menace, and he or she said, "Hello, can I take advantage?" Yeah. So the today's stream, today's live, is about us answering the questions on Islam, and invite you all to the beautiful religion of Islam. If you want to take the advantage of that one, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Sure, go ahead and I can just send you our StreamYard link. Uh, Probably, I'm not sure how to add people through TikTok Live Studio because
Yeah,
we are using it for the first time. So if you are in, yeah, sure, go ahead. We can speak and we can talk about it.
yeah. So
Even you
just
can
for
just write down your question in the comment section, and we are more than happy to answer you.
yeah.
So it could work both way around.
Anything like we are here to entertain your questions on Islam. Yeah, that's the primary subject. We're not here to entertain you with the dances and the stupid goofy videos of the tricks people do on TikTok. Yeah, this is our first encounter on TikTok, and like we'll try to keep it not formal. I won't say formal, but we will try to
So what
keep
time
it.
is Okay, so the first question is asked, what time is dinner? Dinner time is past. I already have my dinner. I'm ready to sleep.
Yeah.
So what's
Depends
up?
on depends on where you live and what time you eat.
But that was a
Isn't it
kind of
maybe?
funny question. We have some few new viewers, and I welcome everybody once
Yeah.
again on our TikTok.
Okay. So I would start by like if in case someone is now asking the questions, I would start giving the tidbits about Islam.
Sorry,
In
bro. I just got the option to add. You need to add camera. Yes, I got the option to add more people in.
Mhm.
Give me a second, and hopefully it will be all right.
Where you
Yeah.
saying like where did you
Uh,
get the option to add the people?
it's still on TikTok, somewhere on multi-guest option. Was
Okay.
just on the left corner on the top. Allow request from viewer. Okay, start. Here we go. So now I hope that did Muhammad like Jesus? That's a very beautiful question. My sister Awais, would you like to answer?
Yeah. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he liked Jesus as he liked any of us. Like um, so the Islamic doctrine, we revere Jesus as any other prophet. Yeah, we love him, and it's part of our faith to believe in him as a prophet. If we don't, we are not a Muslim anymore. Like this is a very crucial point to note that we love Jesus, and it's part of our faith to believe in him as a prophet. But the difference comes in when the other religions they tried to claim divinity for him. Yeah, we don't believe that he was divine. We just think like he was appointed by Allah, by the God himself, to come to this world to preach pure monotheism, and he was one of the revered prophets of Islam. Yeah. Um, I hope that answers the question. I can't
I
join.
can't join. I don't have. Okay, I'm not Muhammad.
Yeah.
So don't do these kind of stupid
Okay.
comments.
So, T-Menace, I would suggest like if you keep it respectful, like we don't entertain the blasphemous comments. So it's not really blasphemy, but I can see
It's not
the
funny either.
yeah I can see the undertone behind it. Like it's kind of sarcastic comment on Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So we can give you the StreamYard link. You can join there if you want and ask the questions. No problem, but be
And
respectful.
sorry to interject, brother Wes. I will just add up one more thing. Most of the Christian brother and sister, they are totally unaware about it, which is that there is a whole chapter in the Quran with the name of Mother Mary, like the mother of Jesus, Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam. We say it's Surah Maryam, like a whole chapter on the divinity and or not the divinity, but to praise the mother of Jesus, and we
Yeah,
respect both, like the prophet Jesus and his mother Mary. And on top of that, that we believe that Jesus was born from the Virgin Mary. So yeah, we believe, like we have a lot of things common in Christianity and Islam to share with. But the only problem is, like, you will not find any single chapter in the Bible regarding the mother of Jesus, but you will find that in the Holy Quran. That's the beauty of Islam. So yeah, if you are respectful, we are more than happy to entertain your all question. But be nice, be polite, and try to understand that being Muslim, we do not really make fun of religion. We consider it to be very serious matter in our life. I understand, like, you have a sense of humor, but that will not really work down here. So yeah.
yeah. We have some certain red lines and boundaries where we don't go, and we don't encourage anyone doing going there. Like let's say if you blaspheme Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, yeah, we're not gonna do anything except like ignoring you or maybe blocking you from the stream. That's the only thing we can do, and that we will do for sure. But I would say that you started nice. You did, at least you asked a question. It means that you have some sort of hunger towards the truth. Yeah. So that shows the sincerity from which is definitely from the God Almighty Himself. Anyway,
Alhamdulillah.
do you have any other question?
Yeah, I believe, like, if you are sincere and you are really seeking for the truth path, then the truth will come to you. However, is it possible? It will definitely come to you.
Yeah.
And my sister, I really encourage you to read by yourself, rather than believing on our social media and listening it from the other sources. Just give a try. If you have a copy of Quran, it would be awesome if you could read it by yourself. And we recommend the Clear Quran, which is the easiest translation of Quran. We don't consider the translation to be uh, Quran itself, because translations are always translation. They are done by the people, so there could be some variations and could be some disagreements on it. Brother West, would you like to add anything on that?
Yeah, there's not really much to add into it. I would just wait for any questions, and like if somebody
No, I
wants.
think she already left, so that's fine.
Anyways, like that's our prerogative. I was saying the point you mentioned earlier about the Maryam alayhi salam, the mother of Jesus, Mary alayhi salam.
Hmm.
Uh, I would say I was talking to my teacher last week, maybe last month. I don't really remember, and I told him like the music and the symphony. I shouldn't say music. The rhythm of the verses of Surah Maryam, yeah, is out of this world. Like whenever I read,
Subhanallah.
I listen to the recitation. by any famous Qari, I go into a trance. Like the way Quran described the sanctity and the honor of Jesus and his mother, that's beautiful. And not only them. So the Quran in that chapter also talks about Yahya al Islam, John the Baptist, as Christians call him and his father Zachariah al Islam. The way it describes, like, bro, you're gonna get goosebumps if you are sincere and you love listening to Quran. Surah Maryam is one of the best out there.
So, yeah, that's so true. And this is the big problem, especially in the West. Like, the people are not aware about the Muslim belief, specifically, like, how we respect the prophets, and how, beautifully we respect our culture, our religion, and we do not really take it as a joke. However,
Yeah,
in the West, because of this secularism and liberalism, they, brought up so much pressure on Christianity, which Christianity was unable to bear. And
yeah,
what happened at the end, as a result, the Christianity just bow down in front of these powers, and, whatever they were saying on the name of freedom of speech, the Christianity was totally shut down. So that's why the perception of the people, especially in the West, they have about Islam, like Islam is probably the same thing. So that's why I'm, trying to explain it to our people and our audience, that we do not really consider religion as a joke. So it's a serious matter. Please
yeah,
consider it seriously, because your afterlife totally depends upon it. And just imagine, like, living in this world and considering it to be a world where you came in and you spent the whole life, eating like animals, having sex, having babies, and then passed away, and at the end of the day you are at loss, because you have not done anything what you're supposed to do, because that's the way of animal. They come to world, they do whatever they want to do, and then they just left the world without any goodness in it. So,
yeah,
my dear brother and sister, just think about it and consider it to be serious matter in your life, rather than, something funny. So, yeah, that's my appeal to my audience. And brother, Abbas, over to you.
yeah. It's a very robust point you made about the Western lifestyle, and I would say it's not really new. It's a rather old phenomena. I was reading Maxim Gorky's novel Mother. It's a very famous and groundbreaking novel of the, I think, 20th century, and it was in support of communism, and it's one of the harshest critique on capitalism. Yeah, all right.
Hmm.
So in the beginning of that novel, when you open the first page, yeah, he describes the lifestyle of
Welcome
an
and pray.
Russian. So was that?
Sorry, bro. Sorry. I was just inviting somebody on TikTok. Yeah, you go
All
ahead,
right,
please.
no, no problem, no problem. Okay, so he describes the state and the condition and situation of the Western lifestyle, but in the Russian context of 20th century, before the communism hit the world and took it by storm. Uh, so Gorky goes by this, like he he wrote about the state of the people who used to live like a mechanical life. You know what I mean? They don't think. They just go to work. There's a noise. There's some noise coming, brother.
Ah, sorry, I
I
was
think
just talking, bro. Yeah.
it's keyboard. Yeah, yeah. So what Gorky was writing over there is like the people, they go to factory, they come home. Sorry, they go to tavern and they drink. They come home, fight with their friends or maybe parents, and then they go to sleep. Next morning, they wake up at 6 o'clock on the whistle of the factory. They wake up again and they go to work again. So it was a never-ending cycle, and the only day off they used to get was Sunday. Yeah, and on Sundays, what they used to do is go to tavern and drink again. So essentially, they didn't get any holiday. You know what I mean? So when I see this hedonistic society of today in the West and Australia and America, to be frank, I see the Gorkis sliding on the Russian society being implemented here. Yeah. So
Hmm.
yeah. So the way he described capitalism, it's exactly like that. Yeah. It doesn't mean like I support communism. Communism is way worse in some regard, but I'm just saying his depiction of the Western society, the capitalistic society, was on the point, on the money. I would encourage everyone to read that, at least the first chapter, so they would know like how deep it is enrooted into our lives, and it's been imposed on us.
Hmm. Yeah, that's right. And you could see that, like, bro, if you are living in Western country, you can see that how the Western lifestyle is. Like, unwittingly, like it will not be your desire to be part of that system, but you could not change it up because the boundaries that have been made around you are designed in such a way that you could not do anything better. Like, for
Yep.
example, if you want to buy a home, you have to go through mortgage. The mortgage is basically the way to loot the poor, especially, just imagine a person who is working hard for his life and he have to pay just interest for the first 10 years, and then he will be start paying installments for his house. And now look at anything in the West, like, from your food to your luxurious house, everything is based on this interest based system.
Did
So
you
I
did,
mean,
did you say 10 years?
it totally depends upon your down payments. Like, how do you start
Okay.
it? The
Yes,
minimum tenure
I know.
is 10
I,
years.
I I know, but average guy who goes for mortgage, yeah, they do it for 20 years at least. Yeah, there are very less people who go for 10 years mortgage. So 20 years is essentially your work life. Let's say you started working at 20 years old. Yeah. At 40 years old, you would be able to own your home. Yeah, right? But the problem is, if you distribute that amount of money, like let's say you pay $500 every month, yeah, and you take the compound interest of that amount over the 20 years, yeah, and then you have another option to invest that amount for 20 years into a business instead of earning interest, yeah, or going for
Hmm.
mortgage. You're gonna be a millionaire,
That's
at
right.
least.
Yeah.
At least. So this this need to get a house, I would say it's created by real estate and bank marketing agencies. So, uh, like, if Elon Musk, the world's most richest person, he lives in a rented house, a rented apartment. Yeah, who are we? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not investing any amount of money in the real estate. Why? Because it's dead. You put the money in there, and for 20 years you wait. In 20 years, he's gonna earn like hell lot of money from that money he invested 20 years ago.
That's so true. And like people, especially these days, they want to show off. So I mean, like, we are living in a world which is, I always say that it is a materialistic world, and you will see like people who could not afford, they want to show off more. I'm not criticizing anybody here, but I'm just saying that, like, this is a very common phenomena which we could see around us. The rich people, or the people who are smart enough, who are doing good enough in their life, you will never see them to be pretending or showing off in the society. So yeah, this is very unfortunate that the system around us, and especially with the invent of this social media, these things are going on hype. And
Hmm.
yeah, I could just say, like,
I would
feel
say
sorry for those people.
I would say that's subjective. Like some people they show off their money when they start
Hmm.
earning. Yeah. So even if they're doing good, they would show off their money, and it's really amazing that how Islam puts a stop to these small kind of evil. Yeah, you know what I mean. So in in Islam, we are not allowed to show off our wealth in a negative way. Yeah. So let's say if I have $1 million, yeah, and I wear something that is out of the reach of the other people in that community. Yeah, and they look at me with the with envy or something which says like hasad. Hasad is basically envy, but in a negative way. They look at me in a negative way. Yeah, it's not permissible for me to do that. If in my locality, in my community, nobody owns a Lamborghini, yeah, and I buy a Lamborghini because I'm a rich person. Yeah, Islam discourages that. It's not haram, but it's makruh. So I'm not allowed to drive a Lamborghini. Yeah. So Islam saves me from evil eye, first thing, the envy of people. Yeah. And then it also tells me not to put that much money in the bank. Like let's say in the same community where everyone drives a Mercedes or a Corolla. Yeah. I am
Hmm.
driving a motorbike. You know what I mean? Which is too cheap
Yeah.
for me. Yeah, I am a millionaire, but I'm showing off that I don't have any wealth. This is also
Mm.
not permissible. You know why? Because then I would be interested in stinginess. I would be saving too much money for future. Yeah, which is not good for a spiritual human being. So urf is a concept in Islam that where you live, your local community. Yeah, you have to uh, adopt a certain degree of the similarity with them. And this oath like it shouldn't exceed, it shouldn't violate the Sharia. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Let's say
Yeah.
if everyone in the community goes to drink alcohol, yeah, I can't
Mm.
go to drink alcohol to just meet their suitability criteria. Yeah, so the
Mm.
oath doesn't violate the Sharia. This is important to note. Yeah, so where I started is like let's say everyone is going to own a house through mortgage in my locality, yeah, and
Mm.
mortgage is basically interest. I'm not allowed to do that. Yeah, even if I have to stay without a house for the whole of my life, yeah, I have to stay like that. I can't go take mortgage.
That's so true, and it have long-term benefits. I mean, it's if Islam is keeping away a Muslim, if Islam is keeping Muslim away from this, it have like long-term benefits. We can see in the society, what kind of impact the interest is putting on a regular layman. So yeah, we can understand the complexity of this modern economic system,
Mm.
how it is suppressing people. And you could see like lot of people, they just do suicide because of this economical pressure, because they could not pay up their bills, rents, and all those stuff. So what they do, they just take their life.
I
And
was reading. I was reading
yeah.
something very interesting. Sorry to cut you off. Uh, in 1980s, I guess. I don't really
Mhm.
have a basis for this. I just saw it on internet. Maybe it's wrong. I'm not sure. But say the post said that in 1980s, an average person in America used to spend $15 on grocery for the whole week. I'm talking about
Mhm.
American dollars, and the house average house price was around $10,000 to $20,000.
Wow, that's a
Yeah,
huge gap.
so just consider how far we have gone in those 40 years. Yeah,
Hmm.
so 40 years means the prices have increased like 1,000 times, I guess, because an average house amounts to almost 1 million now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And the
So go ahead.
grocery bill is more than and every household is more than $300, which is also like I think more than 20 times
But
from
look
that
at
time.
this, Wes. Look at this. Like, even in the West, we are talking about these, mathematics, or I mean, these accounts. Look at the other side of the world, like the third world countries. What's happening down there? Like people are not having so. I mean, their income is not increasing as much, but the expenditures for our regular life are increasing so high every year. And now, people are earning, but the money feels like to be very less, and they feel that they haven't done anything.
Mm.
The
Yes,
income is
yes.
going down, but the economic pressure is going high. So at least, like, we have flexibility in the Western societies, that because of the all the results of gold, and the minerals and everything is in the West side, and which is advantage to them. But still, they are. I mean, it's really hard for them to manage the whole pressure and to keep the economy on a nicer pace.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I could really imagine the struggleship and the hardship of those people who are living in the third world countries. And people here, they are sitting in luxurious houses and sitting on their keyboards and typing that fucking, oh, look at these people, look at these, insane people. If they could even understand their hardships, like what the people are suffering on the other side,
mm.
then probably it will be more easier for them. So that's why I always advise people to go there, to visit there. People are very nice, especially in all over the East, and they are very welcoming. Like if you go there, you will learn, you will understand like what's going on. Because these days it's hard to believe on media. I always say that. You know why? Because there is so much disinformation all around, and there is so much propagandas going on around. So we could not really trust any social media or electronic media or print media, because every media have their own kind of interest. So that's why they want to not put their interest on stake. And yeah, that's a harsh reality of Western media, especially. I will say I will not
It's
blame people, but I will definitely blame the authorities, which are putting the boundaries around these people and not let them to see out of the box. So yeah, go ahead, bro. I think you were saying something.
yeah. So it's not really today's world. We just woke up to the reality that media lies all the time. Uh, I would say that's the story from last 100 years, since the electronic media came into existence. Before we had books, the oldest form of media was hearsay and then books. Yeah, so the books had truth to it, but then still there was a lot of manipulation, like we say in the religious scriptures, in Bible and all the other things. Then there is philosophical blunders, like let's say if a person who is a good philosopher has written a book, and that book, while you copy it for like let's say 2000 years, there's going to be a lot of changes in that one. Yeah, that's why we found some incoherencies, yeah, inconsistencies in those books. Not only philosophy, in every field of life. Yeah, the books, they were manipulated after some time. Yeah, and but that was that was in a limited way. When the electronic media and print media came into existence, came into being, uh, the manipulation started accelerating. Yeah, accelerating. And then when the electronic media came into last 100 years, uh, what happened was the corporations and the governments, they try to control it. Yeah, and the government, you can blame it easily. Let's say if I don't agree with the news today, I'll say that just the labor government, they are manipulating the news. Yeah, right. But
Hmm.
there's a deep state behind it, elite, corrupt elite, which are running the electronic media, and they
Hmm.
try to force their own narrative to suit themselves only, right?
Mm.
I have a lot of theories to share, but I think today's stream is not really relevant to that one. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I would just correct this point. Like this manipulation of the media, that media always lies. It's not a new. I even have a video on it on my podcast. I think it's podcast number 3, that mainstream media and propaganda. But it's in Urdu language, so I don't think our viewers can really benefit from it. Yeah, but if anyone wants to see that, it's on my YouTube channel.
nice, nice.
Yeah, where I really it's a 20 minutes video, I guess. Well, I put some hard work. I put my hard working hat on that video, and I did some research, that where and when it went wrong, and it was really good experience to do that kind of podcast. Yeah,
Right. Thank you, Abbas, brother Abbas, adding up. Yeah. So that's so true. Almost at the middle of this post podcast,
mm,
we are able to manage, a few things, especially on TikTok. Like I
yeah,
started getting it how to control many things, on it. But the problem with TikTok is that most of the audience, I will say, it's underage. Although they are not really underage, but I don't want to say anything bad. But I mean, like, people are interested more into fun. So if you are, as you said in the start, if you are dancing, if you are, singing, people will have your
yeah,
attention. Like people will start putting their attention to it. But if you are speaking about issues, it's very hard. Like somebody really join and somebody is really interested in it. Yeah, but anyhow, we will still wait for our audience if somebody joins. And meanwhile, I'm keeping an eye on TikTok. I
yeah,
think we have someone named Ayoshi. Yeah, and another big problem with TikTok is that it will always show you few of the followers or few of the live watchers, although
yeah,
nobody is available. But yeah, that's another problematic thing with TikTok.
yeah.
So
That's the
yeah,
third eye.
as
That's the metaphorical third eye which is looking at us. You know what I mean?
yeah, so anyhow, like this is what I got after doing a lot of research on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
as I said, like slowly I'm learning. So yeah, if you want to add up something about Islam, I think we should start it from here. Like we are waiting for the people, they will join us. But I think today we should also talk about the 5 pillars of Islam, which is the basis of Islam, and it's very crucial. If you want to add up something related to it, if you want to add any ayah of Quran or anything, I would really say like go ahead please and start it. So we just give a brief introduction about the foundations of Islam, and then I will just cut down that clip and we can put that on either our social media in order to give a basic information about Islam to the people who are totally unaware about Islam, and they learn Islam from uh, different Islamophobes, and then they start throwing cannonballs on Muslims, saying that, oh yeah, your Islam is this. So yeah, please go ahead.
it's not just Islamophobes. I think the media in the last 20 years, particularly after 9/11, they went on a rampage against Islam, and they uh, tried to portray it as bad as they could. But the Deen of Allah, it's I was saying yesterday, and I quoted this verse from Surah Saf, that it is bound to overcome all the religions in the world. Yeah, so this is what happened. We see the floods of the new reverts who were converted from other religions or non-religions to Islam, and particularly after this current saga which is going in Gaza, we see a lot of converts. You know the famous rapper Lil Jon?
Sorry. Go ahead, Abbas, bro. Come
Yeah,
again, please.
do you know this famous rapper Lil Jon? I used to listen to his songs back in college. He is an American rapper, and he used to sing the most vulgar kind of songs, right? And he accepted Islam last month, Subhanallah. And me and my
Subhan.
friend who used to listen to his songs, which were extremely obscene and vulgar, yeah, we were really we were really astonished about him. Like, Subhanallah, when Allah decides to give Hidayah, He decides to give the light of Islam to someone, yeah, it can be anyone. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's why it's very important to be emphatic to all the non-Muslims, which I see the current Dawa people, they lack some time, they become somehow arrogant, and in that case, the result most probably is that you are gonna lose the person. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
The the guidance ultimately it belongs to Allah, right? So
Indeed.
when Allah, yeah, when Allah decides to bring someone to Islam, yeah, He will use you as a tool to just receive the shahada of that person, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I would just
Nice.
start with the. Sorry, did I hear something?
Like, go on, bro.
Oh, all right. So I would start with this dua that.
Sorry, your video is stuck, Abbas. Could you hear me, bro? Could you hear me, Abbas? I could not hear anything from your side. I was still together. Now, I think, Brother Abbas, your internet just collapsed all of a sudden. So if you could, exit and rejoin StreamYard, it will be awesome because your video is stuck on one scene and I could not see anything. So, my brother and sister, meanwhile, our brother Abbas will rejoin us, inshallah, sooner or later, and then we will keep continue our discussion from the same point. But yeah, subhanallah, look at this. Like, how beautiful is Islam? Islam is a religion of peace as well as a religion of justice. So, most of the time, like, you probably have heard a lot of things about Islam from all over the world, like here and there. But I always suggest my friends that they should get first-hand information. First-hand information is the best information that could make some changes in your life. But like like if you want to get information about science, you will definitely will prefer to go a university which is well known in science, and like they have done some kind of research and their research is famous in the world. You will never go to uh, accounting department in order to learn science, right? So that's very unfortunate that when we want to learn about Islam, we go to Islamophobes or we go to the places who are always talking, against about Islam, and that's very unfortunate. So I think that welcome, brother Wes. Could you
Thank you, thank you,
could you
and
hear?
sorry for the breaking up. My app just crashed for some reason. I don't know why.
No,
I
you are
guess.
right. Go on, please.
Yeah, I guess the algorithm doesn't like the content we are presenting. Anyway, so I was making this dua that may Allah make us the means to bring people to Islam, yeah,
Inshallah.
and accept our efforts in that way. So I would start with Shahada. The first core tenet of Islam is the Shahada. Shahada is basically the testimony. You have to utter certain words, yeah, and you have to believe them from the depth of your heart, yeah, and you have to put your faith into those words because they are not just words. So Shahada goes when you are on the way to become a Muslim, the imam and the person taking shahada, the taking testimony, they will ask you to utter these words: Ashhadu Allah ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. So it essentially means that I testify that there is no one worthy of worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he has no partners, and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam Muhammad, he is the
So,
messenger and the slave of Allah. So these are the components of Shahada. When you say this, you are into the fold of Islam. That's how easy it is. That's how simple it is. Yeah, you don't have to go to any ritual. You don't have to do baptism for that. Yeah, it's just utter these words, then believe in them. Like it's I know it's hard to believe in something you don't know the meaning of, but once you say it and you don't have any grudge against these words, it means you are into Islam, and then you have a window, right? You have a window of sometimes that you leave and shun and forsake those practices you used to do as a non-Muslim. Yeah, like if you're a regular drinker, right? Many people, they say they can't leave the drinking habits straight away, right? Yeah, otherwise they will get sick or something like that, and they have this certain window, like let's say they have to um, I mean, if they are going to get sick because of leaving the drinking, that's how much they used to drink. Yeah. So the some of the scholars, they say they are allowed to drink like a minimum amount, which can help them go through. And but they have to make intention, and they have to leave the drinking habits completely as soon as they can. Similarly, if they are engaged in some interest business, doing anything haram from the non-Muslim period, yeah, they have to leave them as soon as possible. So once they do this, the next thing is the prayer. So they have to pray. They have to offer the five obligatory prayers every day, which is like Fajr, Dohar, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha. So Fajr, hello, is is are you going to say something?
no, no, I didn't say anything. I just turned off my mic. You go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So the these five obligatory prayers you have to learn in Arabic. You can't utter in your own language. You have to learn this amount of Arabic. It's not very hard. It's like I think if a person is sincere, they can learn it maybe in 2 or 3 days. It doesn't take much longer than that. You just have to memorize it and know the meaning, and that's it. Then you pray five obligatory prayers. Then there is fasting. You have to fast in Ramadan, which is obligatory. You have to fast in Ramadan the whole month, and it's every adult human being who doesn't have any illness and any ruksa. Ruksa is basically the exception. So who doesn't have any exception, any exceptional disease condition where they can't really fast, yeah, then they have to fast. You know what I mean? So this is the third core tenet of Islam. Then we will discuss these in detail as well, but right now I'm just giving you an introduction. Then the fourth pillar is the zakah. Zakah is basically the obligatory charity, yeah, which we have to pay on our wealth, right? So there is a certain amount of wealth. If you attain that one and you keep it together for one whole year, except if it's a business, yeah, business has different rulings. If you keep it consolidated for 1 year, you have to pay zakah. But first you have to reach the nisab, which is like uh, I think 10 gram is 1 tola, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's almost. Anyway, so 75 grams of gold. If you have wealth amounting to that amount of money, 75 to 80, then you have to pay zakah on your annual savings. And the business, you have to pay the zakah on business as well. If you have any savings, you have to calculate the inventory. It's not that simple, I know, but if you are a Muslim, it's not very difficult either. You can go to your local mufti or your local imam of the mosque, and he can calculate it for you, right? But the idea is that you have to pay this certain amount of money every year, which is not much. It's 2.5% basically. So 1/40th, one part of the 40 parts you have to pay, which becomes 2.5%, right? And then the last uh, core tenet of Islam, which is the pillar of Islam, we say, is to make a pilgrimage to Makkah, to see the house of Allah, to give yourself a new
Sure.
birth. Yeah. But you have to understand the distinctions. Hajj, it's obligatory. Zakat, it's obligatory, but it's not for everyone. It's for those who are wealthy and who meet a certain threshold, which is called nisab in case of zakat, and in case of Hajj, like pilgrimage, they have to reach the certain amount of wealth and health, where can they can afford to go to Makkah, perform the Hajj, and then can come back. Right, so these are the five pillars of Islam. Prayer is daily. You have to perform that every day for the rest of your life, 5 times. The fasting, Ramadan, it comes only once in a year. So one whole month in 1 year, you have to fast. Otherwise, the whole year you don't fast. Like you're not bound to fast. You can fast. That is optional fasting, but it's not obligatory. The zakah part, it comes once in a year. Yeah, you can pay at any time of the year, but it's once in a year. So you calculate how much you have to pay, and you pay at a certain period of time, right? Then the Hajj, it's once in a lifetime. You don't need to do it like again and again, right? So you make the pilgrimage once in your lifetime if you attain that certain threshold of wealth. Otherwise, you don't do it. You are not obligated to do that. So, anything you want to add, brother?
Now that's beautiful. You explained it very well that the five
And
pillars of Islam are pretty simple and easy to follow. Sorry, you were saying anything?
yeah, so I just want to add one more thing, which is important in contemporary sense, right? So there is a sixth pillar. Some scholars say that the sixth pillar of Islam, which is finality of prophethood. Yeah, whether you consider it a pillar or not, but it is one of the core beliefs of Islam. That Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the final messenger of Allah to this world. Upon his arrival, the door of prophethood is closed. Nobody else is gonna be a prophet after him, right?
Hmm.
And that is important in present context because we have a lot of fitnas, a lot of deviant groups, heresies, where a person or a group of person they claim to be the prophets, a messenger of God, and uh, they try to misguide the people. Yeah, and we have the examples of these kind of groups, which are Bihais, Ismailis, then Qadianis. In the historical sense, we have had this Musalman Kadhab and his followers. Yeah, and there were a lot of false prophets in the past. Anyway, the purpose of saying is that even if you perform diligently the first five, uh, like you believe and you perform the first five pillars and tenets of Islam, and you don't believe in the finality of prophethood, you are not a Muslim. That's how simple it is, plain and straightforward. You have to believe that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the final and the last messenger of the God, right? Yeah, that was the important bit I forgot to add before.
Subhanallah. Beautiful, brother Wes. Yeah, so look at these like very simple and plain forward message from Islam that there is one God, you have to, follow him. You don't have to worship anything else, like no monkeys, no donkeys, no animals, no plants, no trees. So there is only one creator of the heaven and universe. And yeah, that's why we are calling up towards it because we believe that it's not good if you have truth and you do not spread it to the others. I mean, it's if you know that you have something which could be really beneficial for the society, I assume that we should spread it to others as well. And being Muslim, we believe that we have the final truth that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the messenger of Allah, the final and
Yeah,
last messenger of Allah. And that's why we believe that we should, spread this message all around to our brotherhood, to our fellow human beings. And that's why we are here today and we are discussing. And the intention behind this live stream was to engage with people who have different kind of ideology or who have a different perception about the theology of God. So we welcome them all and we assure that we will have a very nice and civil conversation with them. They could put their belief on the table and we could, just try to dismantle them. And it will be a kind of like, a dialogue between two civilized people. So yeah, that's the whole point of the discussion, and I believe that dialogues are healthy if you are there to learn and understand the opponent narrative. So this was our startup stream, like just like a warm up stream. So hopefully we will be doing a couple of more within the next few days, and we welcome you all once again. And I think, brother Awes, this is more than enough for the day, and
yeah,
hopefully we.
yeah. So
Yeah,
the point being is like the purpose of the stream was to get some audience to engage into conversation and dialogue, but it seems like nobody's really really ready to test themselves. Like let's say when I say test it, I don't say in a negative connotation. I just say this is that we believe in truth, yeah, right? You believe in truth, yeah. So in order to seek the truth, to reach at a conclusion, yeah, we need to engage in dialogue. But seems like um, the TikTok algorithm, it just keeps people sending and then they swipe away, right? We can do it afterwards, any time if you want me to come. I would come and just join the stream. Yeah, you know I'm always up for the challenge.
Jazakallah, bro. You so nice of you, so kind of you, and Walaikum assalam, my layman philosopher, my brother, and we welcome you and we invite you if you want to come to the stage and want to add up something. We will really appreciate it. And
Yeah. So
my brothers, you
since
are always welcome.
people are not ready to come and challenge us, so why not we take one of our own to add their 2 cents on the issue?
Yeah, inshallah. Why not? Like, as I said, we welcome you, our brother. If you want to come on stage, more than welcome anytime. I will just post the link again in the comment section and come
The
and
mic
join
is
us, my
yours.
brother. Sorry, come again, Wes.
I was just adding to your thing, what you're saying. Like, the mic is yours then.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Why not? And like we are inviting everybody to have a kind of discussion. And if we don't have anybody from the opponent side, why not our own side? Like, welcome. Yeah. So, brother Abbas, I believe that we had some technical issues at the very beginning.
Mm.
Alhamdulillah, at the end, we had a proper control on them, and
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
starting understanding pieces and bits. But yeah, this app itself is not. I apologize, but I'm not at home, brother. Carry on, inshallah. Inshallah, next time, my brother. No problem.
Yeah.
We
So
appreciate your intention.
I believe we have one viewer on TikTok, which is Govinda Thapa. Yeah. So
Oh, we
brother, if you
welcome our Hindu friends to come and
yeah,
join us. Why not?
yeah, if you can't really join on TikTok, you can hop onto YouTube and ask us question. If you can't, then you can just write into the comment box, and then we will try to answer it as best as we can.
I think it was one of the ghosts that we were talking about in the start.
Yeah.
They come, appear, and then disappear.
No,
So
I
yeah,
mean, it still shows his name over there. I think he's still here.
that's a
Either
problem.
it
I
is,
have two. I have two people on my side, and the names are here since from we started this TikTok live, and that's what I believe. Like somehow the names stored to cache and they remains there for the whole time, and that's why
mm,
whenever you're gonna click, it will show some names. But when you will reset or rejoin your stream, they will totally disappear. I think
mm,
we have few people joined us on YouTube. We welcome all of our brothers, and if you want to challenge our ideology or if you want to add up, what we said before,
yeah,
you are more than
ask
welcome.
question that is fine. Yeah. A challenge not is not necessary. Like some people, they are very in search of truth. Yeah. So, uh, any questions are welcome.
Right. So yeah, bro, it was a good session, I hope, and I believe that inshallah, a couple of these sessions will be coming in future, and
Inshallah.
we will try to prioritize TikTok specifically, and we will see like how it goes on. The problem
Mm,
with TikTok, it's like it's not very stable platform, and as we were discussing about. Which you prohibited me from my brother. He said like we will not be discussing about it. But anyhow, like, yeah, we everybody knows that there are so many checks on freedom of speech. I mean, so many flags on freedom of speech these days. So all these social media platforms they have their own limitations. So yeah, we will try our best to spread truth and yeah. So this is how it will be going on, inshallah. And most probably what we will be doing, we will start it from Zawa sessions, and later on we will move towards inshallah learning as well. What do you
mm.
say, brother Wes? For our
Yeah.
English audience, I'm planning that we should have a kind of sessions in which we could teach them. And I welcome all the people who are watching us on YouTube. If you want to join us, the link is in the comment section, and you could join us or you could ask any question in the comment section. We are more than happy to answer you guys. Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
As Mike is yours, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So I was just saying like we should do it on continuous basis, like maybe every week
Inshallah.
once. Yeah. So one hour is fine, I guess. Yeah. Unless someone joins and asks the questions at the last minute, then we will have to entertain that person at the end till they get their answers. Yeah, at least we will try to do that. Inshallah. So yeah, no problem. Um, I'm with you on it. You can do it anytime, and then just tell me beforehand so I can make myself available for that stream.
Inshallah.
Be it on
Inshallah.
YouTube, be it on TikTok. I would try to do that. And to all the Muslims out there, I would just say that I love you all for the sake of Allah. Yeah, you are all my brothers. You know, like it's funny that sometimes the non-Muslims and specifically the groups like Qadianis, they try to sow the hatred and the farqa between the Muslims. Yeah, right. Have you
Hmm.
experienced this?
Personally, no, I will not say because probably I have never been come into contact with these Qadianis. So
Hmm.
no, I don't have any personal experience, but I would love to hear, from you.
Yeah. So if you go onto Twitter and there are a whole bunch of them, and they always try to uh, annoy the Muslims, and they try to sow the rift among the different factions, different sects, right? So let's say if I'm a Brelvi and they would go and say to Deobandis that these Brelvis consider you kafir, right? And then they go to Shias and they say the Sunnis they consider you kafir, yeah, right? And the fact of the matter is that all the disagreements on one side, yeah, the whole ummah have a consensus that Qadianis are kafir, kufar, right? And they try to
Hmm.
go and so since it's basically psychological. Like if I don't have money, yeah, I will always seek the money. If I don't have
Hmm.
attention, yeah, people don't give enough attention to me, I would always um try to seek attention from them, right?
Hmm.
So since the whole ummah consider the Qadianis as non-Muslims, yeah, they seek this. They have this urge to seek the validation from the whole ummah. That's why they try to sow the fights between
Hmm.
the different groups in order to get themselves validated. Like let's say they would say like this, yeah, if you consider us non-Muslims, it's not a big deal because you consider every other group than your own group as non-Muslim, right?
That's right. That's right, brother Wes. I will. Sorry to stop you here because I think it will go to totally to different subject.
Yeah,
Inshallah, we will definitely talk about Qadianism.
yeah.
What I
So
prefer, we could have a whole session on that, and we could invite these
no,
special heroes on Twitter, and we can ask them and bring them on our stream. Will be
no
better,
problem,
but yeah.
no
What do you
problem.
suggest?
No problem. I was just adding a side fact because at the moment we
Side
don't have
chips.
questions, so I was just trying to uh, add some different perspective on the issue,
I
right?
think inshallah we will end up stream here today, and
Yeah, sure, no
we will
problem.
leave the rest for inshallah next time. And I uh, really appreciate your time and your efforts, brother Abbas. You have always been very supportive,
No
and
problem, bro.
may Allah bless you. May Allah give you reward
You
for
too.
it, and I will
You too.
inshallah see you very next time. And now I will hand over the mic to you so you could add up your final words and then we will just finish up our stream, inshallah.
Yeah, that would be all. I guess what we did was self-explanatory today. Um, I would like to have some audience next time, some questions. As of today, we just got one question, and I think when we try to correct the person on the blasphemy issue, and that they left. So anyway, yeah. So if you have any questions on Islam, you have any issues, you have any objections against the Creator, you think you're atheist and your position is more rational and logical than Islamic position, then you can come and ask the question. And if needed, you can challenge us, and we'll try to answer and tackle your questions as best as we can. Yeah. Remember that we are not all full of knowledge. The whole of knowledge belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we just have just a fraction of it. Yeah. The most knowledgeable person in the world, they have a fraction of knowledge, right? And yeah, so we will try to do it as best as we can, inshallah. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam. Jazakallah, Brother Abbas, once again. Stay on the backstage. Inshallah, we'll have discussion and then see.
Inshallah.
And we'll say Allah Hafiz to everyone. Assalamu alaikum.